Sick of me talking about Jimmy Neutron yet? Well, I'm not. So today we're taking a look at the Christmas-themed episode of the show, Holly Jolly Jimmy. Don't worry, soon on the channel I'll have my Jimmy Timmy Power Hour trilogy video covering those crossovers, so if you like the Jimmy Neutron content, more is coming. And I have some big plans for other series with how I put together my previous Jimmy Neutron video, so in the new year expect bigger and better productions with content. And welcome back, or hello for the first time, to the 25 Days of Fringemas, where I cover something interesting, nostalgic, or holiday related every day from the 1st of December to the 25th, in order to find that holiday spirit I lost nearly a decade ago. So if you want to be a part of this daily journey and help me find that good old jolly joy, subscribe and come aboard. For show and tell at school, Carl shows off his bag of cheese nibs. Already pretty sweet on its own, but even cooler when he pulls out a stinky, mold-infested final cheese nib from the bag that he claims Santa left his, DNA on? What did he, lick it and put it back in the bag? Like, I know he doesn't always finish the cookies that are left out for him, but it's not like he right on the plate. Jimmy, though, doesn't believe in Santa and isn't particularly in the holiday spirit as the rest of his class is. So Miss Fowl breaks out into song about the joys of Christmas and the spirit of it all. The rest of the students join in, with our main characters having their own verses, as Jimmy serves as the antagonist, singing his disagreements right back at them. He's kind of like me with the whole Christmas spirit of things, but also that added on scientific data that Santa isn't real. Going as far as to really lay it on thick specifically towards Carl, who gets really upset, leaving the classroom crying. Good job there, Nerdtron, you're a real good friend for that one. You just took Carl's joy away. Now, later at the lab, Jimmy has been running some more data and tests to prove that there is no way Santa, one person, could achieve what he is actually supposed to do. Carl and Sheen come over as Carl feels a bit better after eating some fudge, the secret real joy of any season. Jimmy goes on to explain why he feels the way he does in general, as one year he asked for something that seemingly seems impossible, and on Christmas Day, it wasn't left for him, ruining the perception of and joy of Christmas for him. Sheen just blames it on Jimmy being on the naughty list for various dangerous things he does. Jimmy, still being Jimmy, tries to explain to them how the science proves that Santa can't work as a concept, even showing the mathematical tests he runs that reindeer cannot achieve flight. But Jimmy's scanner picks up something it's never reacted to before, all thanks to that bag with the supposed Santa-laced cheese nib. Noticing this new pattern ran on his scanner to see if it can be picked up again or matched again, they plan on setting a course to the North Pole. Cindy and Libby, in an attempt to make Jimmy look bad and to get back at him for being mean to Carl, want to secretly record him and make fun of him. But they stumble upon Jimmy's hypercube as his rocket gets prepped and accidentally gets sucked into the void of the cube with the other travel essentials. None the wiser, Jimmy, Carl, and Sheen take off to the North Pole, and upon arrival in the winter tundra, and no, I'm not talking about a Spyro 2 hub world, they find a sign that points to Santa's workshop, as the scanner starts recreating the same pattern found on Carl's cheese nib. So they go and investigate.
SpongeBob wants to be a fry cook.
Who's SpongeBob? Tell me!
Cindy and Libby, still in the void, use the power of some fire beats in Libby's Walkman to explode themselves out of the cube. Sure, I guess somehow science can explain that. Jimmy, Carl, and Sheen stumble upon the actual workshop, complete with elves working on preparing the final batch of presents to get ready for the big night. When speaking to one of the elves,
We prefer the term diminutive helpers.
diminutive helpers, he tells them that he can't speak to Santa right now as he's too busy getting ready, you know, for Christmas. Jimmy's scanner device, however, messes up and shoots out a rogue bolt of electricity that shocks Santa, effectively, accidentally scrambling Santa's atoms. Cindy and Libby, who caught up to them and recorded the whole thing, start pressing Jimmy for what he's done and ruining Christmas for everyone. Jimmy, it doesn't give a flying neutron and programs a rocket from the workshop to just run into the girls and send them back to Retroville. Alright, I'm sure the science can explain that one too. And also the fact that they survived that somehow. As now, back at home, the news broadcast that Christmas is canceled thanks to Jimmy, since Cindy and Libby went to the news with the footage of what happened. Maybe Sheen is right. Jimmy kinda deserves to be on the naughty list, jeez. Jimmy, when speaking to the diminutive helper, bets that since Santa's out of commission now, that he could do the same job in the 12-hour window and deliver every present, proving that anyone can technically be Santa and the concept of Santa isn't special. Back in Retroville, Hugh is saddened by the fact Christmas is canceled but creates his own new holiday, a pie-based one he dubs as Pule, where he dons a duck mascot persona who gives children the gift of pie. Unless you've been bad, then you get mints. So of course, Hugh and Judy break into song about the holiday of Pule, complete with spinning in joy over pie. Literally, over pie. At one point, Hugh just starts breaking into people's houses through their window, bringing them pie, but in return, they just beat him up for being a stranger breaking into their house. Afterwards, he feels like he has failed, and the joy starts dwindling over the lack of Christmas and now Pule. Back at the North Pole, Jimmy retrofits his rocket to get ready for the journey. Goddard, now for some reason being there even though he wasn't, will act as Rudolph, leading the rocket and guiding them with his light. Now with only 12 hours to deliver over 1 billion presents, they are told once again there is no way they can accomplish this task. But they take off on the journey anyway, immediately almost messing things up as Sheen gets jealous over some kid's present of a limited edition Ultra Lord action figure. Hey, if this were the 2001 Tomy giant Lugia plush, the holy grail of Lugia collectibles out there, I'd be feeling the same way. The journey is going well after that, hitting every household on the list across the world in good time. But Carl is sad of this because the magic of Christmas is ruined in Jimmy's pursuit of proving Santa not real, and that facts lie with science. But uh-oh, a big problem. The sun's almost fully risen and the morning is approaching for everyone to wake up in Retroville is the last on the list. So, in a last-ditch effort, Jimmy adds a booster that makes them go faster than Superman flying around the world until the rocket starts falling apart and they all start plummeting back to Earth. Now faced with certain doom, Carl is extremely happy over the failure as it proves Jimmy wrong. But in the saint nick of time, Santa appears and saves them all, and also confirms that Jimmy has been on the naughty list for some time now, proving Sheen right. Hey, a win for Sheen, which will lose all my hype for him several years after Jimmy Neutron ends. Now with literally no time left, Santa has his own brain blast, being similarly smart to Jimmy, coming up with a plan that incorporates his technology with Jimmy's to make it with only seconds left to spare, finishing delivering every single present and dropping them back off at their respective houses. Jimmy and Santa have a nice bonding moment over their smartness as Jimmy is now happy to be proven wrong. When he goes downstairs to see as a present left for him from Santa, it happened to be the gift he originally wanted all those years back that caused him to be the way he has been, along with a note explaining why it's 5 years too late. That makes sense to Jimmy. Now just chalking that up to an oversight on his part for not realizing that. Carl gets made
An honorary elf!
diminutive helper Carl. Sheen got a toy, Cindy and Libby get made to look like fools for trying to clown Jimmy, even if he did deserve it. And Jimmy, well, he starts spreading joy immediately to his family after being so pessimistic about the holiday for years. As a family, they all start singing as snow starts falling outside.
It's perfect!
It's awesome!
It's hideous.
Nice
Going, Grandpa Genius.
I like how this episode of the show portrays Jimmy's need to always be right under the guise of science when it comes to beliefs and thoughts others have, and how others like Cindy don't care that he doesn't believe, but dislike how he handles putting others down, thinking they're stupid for enjoying the season, and some that do believe in Santa, like his own best friend Carl. Aside from his smarts, the root cause of it being him feeling slighted by Santa 5 years ago, with him at the end accepting that Santa is real and is fascinated that he's like him. He's smart and uses inventions and gadgets to get the job done. So with it in Jimmy's eyes not being magic how the rest of the world sees it as. So his science still added up somewhat, but it's deeper than just the numbers and equations. Overall, making good, delivering the presents he almost ruined by shocking Santa. It really boils down to him finding what that spirit of Christmas is to him, even if it resulted from all that ridiculousness. Yeah, there wasn't really a big lesson. Jimmy will still continue to be Jimmy going forward in the series, but at least he found his good old jolly joy. I'm glad someone could.
Jordan finds
Call S? Alright then, I don't get it. Ugh, I have to get this video done. How do you feel about this episode? Let me know in the comments, and be on the lookout for my Jimmy Timmy Power Hour video coming within the next week. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter. I'll see you soon with another video for my next day of Fringe Miss. Check out the playlist to keep up with the month, but until then, later.